Good morning. Let's see what's on today's docket. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2025. Current time, 14:33. Today's list is I need to go pick up my mail because over the weekend I should have received a couple of things. And then go to my storage unit and drop off the stuff that I was going to drop off yesterday, but now that today is Monday, I should be able to do it. I would like to go to the dog park, and then while doing that, I'll get a hold of my friend and see if he can go so I can give him his mala beads. And then go take an hour drive and potentially get my loan. Yeah, I told him I'll try the ID trick, like put your ID in the slot and see if it'll push the lock. I don't know. All I know is I've been wearing the same clothes for a couple days now and I need my clothes. So we're gonna see if we can figure that out. So I made some dinner. It has a bunch of veggies and then ham and whole wheat pasta. Really excited to eat it, but I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit and then I'm gonna sprinkle some Parmesan in there. So let's talk about my day. I didn't get pretty much any video footage of today because I ended up hanging out with that friend who wasn't able to hang out a couple days ago, and she is one I met at a bonfire and we just kind of hit it off, good vibes all the way. And so I picked her up and then we went to the dog park with Amore, and that was a blast. A lot of fun to watch Amore run around, you've seen. And so after that, we ended up coming back to my parking spot and I made us some lunch and she loved it, absolutely loved it. I also made her a Lotus drink and she was impressed. And so with all that, like the meal that I made, it had like 4 or 5 different veggies in it and then some pasta and like a couple of seasonings. And so she wanted to go to the store and she bought me a little bit of food, which was super nice. She had food stamps, so she was nice enough to get me some food. I told her I could pay for it, but she insisted, so I let her buy me some veggies. And then she ended up getting pretty much the same veggies that I put in our meal because she absolutely loved it. She wants to try to make it at home, and I was like, yes! It was inspirational, as she put it. So that was awesome. And then I ended up going to her place and we got her beads together. She's in the process of making a mala, and her string had broke when she was like about halfway done. So I gave her some new string to make that, and I had this board, and if you may have seen that video, I have this little board that you can line up your beads to make a necklace. So I'm letting her borrow that so she can lay out the beads in the exact way she wants it to look. And then while I was there, I met her mom and she was lovely. It was a really nice time being there. And then she did a tarot card reading for me and it was mind-blowing, let me tell you. Like, everything was so accurate and like what's happening now. And it said that, basically there's going to be this really big downfall in my life. Like the card was like a tower that was like crumbling. I think it was just called the tower. But it resembled me leaving this job because there's a lot of turmoil here. And then the next few cards were about like a spiritual awakening and learning more about my emotions and everything. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be able to regulate my emotions a lot more. and definitely being a little more spiritual. So, yeah, it just kind of set everything. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it made a lot of sense to me. As it was all happening, I was like, whoa, like this is just crazy accurate, you know? And let's see, after that, we ended up meditating together. I put on some handpan music and it was so relaxing. So I gave her a mala and then I had a mala and then we just meditated. And afterwards, like, we had a little chit chat and it was just like super calming. And you could just tell like our vibes were like centered, you know? And I'm super grateful that I have met her and, you know, have a friend that we can do things with, and especially like spiritual things with, especially meditating and talking about books and all that. She's one of those. She's trying to get more into it too. She's definitely not like an expert or anything, but she's also wanting to get into that world a lot more, you know. So I feel like we can grow together on that and help each other. And yeah, I'm so stoked. I can't wait to hang out with her again, you know. Ooh, this looks so good. It's so hard to mix in this bowl. I think I made a little too much pasta. More veggies, less pasta. But yeah, so that's why I didn't get footage today, because I want to be respectful to my friends. I don't want to put them on blast with a camera and everything, so I wanted to respect that. I didn't even ask because I just don't want to put people in that position. Before I hung out with my friend, I went to the P.O. box and I got all of the stuff. There were so many packages because everything was shipped independently, which it was all one order though. That girl's so rude. So, anyways, I got a bathroom bag, which is lovely. The one I have right now, it's clear, and so it's easy to wash, but it's super small. It doesn't fit all of my stuff, and some of my things are kind of tall, but it doesn't fit it. I can't like zip it. So this will be nice. And then when I open it, there is a hanger. So when I go to the gym, I will be able to hang it wherever I go. It's lovely. I was so excited for this. And then I got another pair of black pants. So now I have 4 pairs of pants, which is a good amount for when I do start the Olive Garden job. And then I got glycerol monostearate. It's a thickening agent that is good in foods or cosmetics, but I'm going to use it in food. And that's going to go along with the pea protein. I'm excited to try this. It's vanilla flavored, but I smelt it and it smells so good. So I'm going to drink that when about 30 minutes before I work out. That's actually the directions on here. As a dietary supplement, take 1500 milligrams, about half a teaspoon, once daily, 30 minutes before exercising. And then I got the hyaluronic acid powder. So now I can soon make my mixture for my hair. I should do that tonight, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight. Well, if I have time. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not promising. And then I got this awesome flosser. It refills itself. So you just like turn this dial and then the floss moves over and it's just like it cycles. And then I'm sure there's a way to change it. Let's see. Yeah, so the old one goes here and then here's the newer one. It looks like any old roll can go in there, so I'll have to figure that out when it gets closer to that time. But now there's no excuse as to why I wouldn't floss twice a day, morning and night. That is the goal. I am all done reading chapter 2 of Think Like a Monk. And this chapter was focusing on negativity and overcoming that and different ways to work through it and everything. It definitely gave me a lot of tools, but also it kind of validated that I was on the right track already. For example, how I was, right here it says negativity is contagious, and that is true, right? So at work, for example, with the coworker that I'm currently dealing with, I used to, she would complain about me, I would complain about her, I would try to talk to her about it, she refuses to talk to me about it in a real way, and so eventually I got to the point where I put up a sign that says, do not talk about her. Like, negativity is not worth our time, but positivity is, let's focus on that, right? And so people stopped talking to me about her, and it felt so good. Like, I didn't have to hear about her, I didn't have to keep getting put back into that mindset about her and all the bad stuff that comes with that, So, reading that, I was like, whoa, I'm doing things right, It listed off, like, what kind of negative people there are and how to identify them, different ways to deal with it, like, internally, because you can't, do anything about what other people want to do with their lives, And also there's this, try this, audit your negative comments. Keep a tally of the negative remarks you make over the course of a week. See if you can make your daily number go down. The goal is 0. I would like to start doing that. So I'm going to try to keep that in my journal and see where that goes. One thing that also felt good to read is the section under Elevate. Let's see. A part under Elevate that I felt resonated with me because it's something that I do practice. If you want the negativity between yourself and another person to dissipate, you have to hope that you both heal. You don't have to tell them directly, but send the energy of well-wishing out into the air. This is when you feel most free and at peace because you're truly able to let go. That little paragraph right there, yes, it's perfect. So I'm going to give you an example. Tonight when my friend was doing the tarot card reading for me, there was a part that said, a card that was basically saying there's a lot of turmoil with one person, a lot of negativity, blah, blah, blah. And so I was just trying to go over, like, a little bit of the situation with my coworker. And, I found myself seeing it in a really negative light, right? And saying, like, she does this, and I try to do this, but she doesn't do this, and then I paused for a moment, and so I told my friend, it was like, but I know that there's hope for her, right? Like, I know she's not doing this stuff to me. She does it to everybody, and she's done this to every counterpart that she's had. I can confirm this with other people, so it's not me just assuming something that I don't know, but she is hurt. Like, I can imagine there's something deeper inside that she has a lot of pain in herself and she can't get past it, right? And that's why I shared the 4 Agreements book with her, right? I finished reading it and I gave it to her and I wrote her a letter and I said, like, I hope, like, let this be an olive branch, like, I hope we can work better together, hopefully this helps, and I hope you can, pass it on to the next person, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying. I mean, I'm still trying to leave, right? Like, I don't want to work there. It's not worth my energy, and I'm not here to fix her. I'm here to be better for me, and I think me leaving is the best choice. But anyways, that was a really good chapter. Really, 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 really good. So glad I read it. And that's all for tonight.